All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are for the Paragon EU qualifiers into their exhibition event, which will be held in August. Pithing Legume here. We're going to have our first match of the day between Ascension and Ignite. Ignite, of course, a team that has a couple of YouTubers on it. We have, of course, the well-known Agsace and Hollow on this team. Also, one of my good friends, Ifairless, gonna be hanging out with Braum and Lazarus, so we'll be seeing how they end up doing there. Meanwhile, on Ascension, we've got a couple of names that I've heard before and seen around the scene. I don't know why all these messages are getting deleted, but Nightbot is going ham. And yeah, we'll have to see how they do. I don't always know a whole lot about these teams, but you know what, we're going to be seeing how it goes. I'm not really sure why they have nothing going on during the draft or why they just went through the entire thing, but I guess we'll go through the lineups quickly. So for Ignite, damn, I don't even know where to start with this. It's a lot at once. So we got a mid lane Bellica. And then an off lane... Oh, shit!
Team Ascension!
Oh my gosh, that can be a little bit lower.
Ignite!
Rip my ears. Rip your ears, please. Make sure you donate to increase that prize pool, apparently. And you can see that the match has not ended yet. We're about 4 minutes behind that. Oh, it seems like the stream on the Facebook page is offline. But he's still live on his side. So already dropping a couple frames here. But we are getting into our game, having a nice little view. Oh, damn, went off mine. Shout out to Epic. In any case, we can introduce our teams here on Team Ignite, which is on the right side in case you were not looking at the earlier draft. We've got Ifairless playing a Narbash. Fang Mao will be handled by Ace. We've got Lazarus playing the Kwang. Generation Howl, he's going to be handling the Ranger roles as the Sparrow. Braum will be playing the Belka. Meanwhile, on Team Ascension, we've got Welu playing the Greystone. Inser, he's going to be handling a Yin. Here that we don't get to see a whole lot. Nanox will be playing Rampage Art Core on the Decker, and then finally Sung handling the gadget duties on the mid lane. So we're having a nice little view of the freezing here by Generation Hollow. Looks like he might want to get a little bit of help from his Narbash eventually, but Ifairless just doing some things on the map. You can arrive to lane a little bit later as a support. Try to get an early advantage on the wards. We're trying to get Nate in here. He was having a little bit of an issue with the stream. So, Paragon Challenger League. Yes, that is the English cast, obviously. Hey, guys. 250 question marks in that prize pool. Oh, my gosh. This is so wonderful. Shout out to Gameaholix for hosting this. All right. Let me know if there's any issues on the sound or anything. I don't know. I guess I have to watch the entire screen right now. In case you don't know, I usually do a lot of the observing for, if not all of the observing, unless I'm not there for Paragon Competitive League. So, what the heck is that? Looking good. Looking good, guys. Love it. Anyway, love that we can see Discord here. There's a reason I have my notifications turned off to Windows. Might want to get that done, Gax, guys. There's the right teams. But yeah, in case you didn't know, I do the observing for PCL, so I guess I have to be a little bit more vigilant this time and try to see what I can't actually see on the screen. So in terms of the early game, we haven't really been getting a whole lot of views of the mid lane. We are having the buffs coming up here at about 3 minutes, so exactly 3 minutes in case you wanted to be exact. So will be quickly making their way into the mid lane. Now, the Quank doesn't decide to go in with the green buff while the Rampage does. We'll see if that ends up making the difference as Lazarus getting low in the mid lane. And Nox is going to get the first blood here. just running in with the green buff, and that's the advantage that that gives you. They're going to go into Fearless here as well, hitting the boulder. Ugh, my frames are weird. They do get a second one here, though. Just able to follow up on the Fearless. That was set up by a really nice boulder toss from Nanox. And they're going to throw another one in there at the tower. I don't know if FaZe is available to play yet. You guys keep saying, where's FaZe, where's FaZe? I see that on YouTube all the time. But by Epic's competitive rules, a hero introduced to the game will not be available until 2 weeks after its release, and we haven't gone to that point yet. So stop asking for FaZe, goddammit. If you're not going to see her at least until Tuesday. Notification of what? In any case, look at the scoreboard. Great scoreboard here. I don't really see anything useful. Nah, I don't see anything useful right now. It's a pretty standard start from both teams. So can we get that off the screen? Thank you. In any case, he's trying to do the best that he can on this lane. A lot of people like to hold their off-lane tower for as long as possible, and he might be able to do it a little bit longer against Ian since she does have to get in a little bit further to get some damage onto that tower. We see that this damage isn't as much of a priority for Hollow, as he's getting wellowed down quite a bit in the other lane, and here comes Kwang. Yep, finally getting the camera over to the lane there. Throw in the... what is that? Holding them in place of the heavens. I think that's a pretty good name for it. Anyway, Nanox ready to go on the mid lane again, but what he doesn't know is that he's already been scouted out, so that lets Braum know that he has to get back to his tower right away. Oh, they actually have their names in the German cast. Did you know that? Yep, all alone here until Nate gets his stuff figured out. In this early game, what we're looking for are the fast level 5s on the offlaners and the mids. So we see Sung not yet up to his Tesla Dome, and Braum still needs to get his Neural Disruptor. So here we go back again onto Wello. Lazarus gonna get in there with the Kwang, looking for a tether. Oh, he's gonna not even need to get it. His Generation Hollow hits the shot, gets the kill. And that's the important thing. They get the Greystone down before he gets to level 5, so things significantly easier. Now, a lot of people think that once Greystone gets to 5, that's basically a free pass in the lane. But with as much coordination as we expect from Team Ignite, I think that without a whole lot of help, the Greystone could be in a lot of danger. So just as Ascension have gotten the tier 1 tower in there... oh, where are my frames going? In the safe lane. And down quite low, it's going to be Ignite's chance to get started. Oh, nice little stun onto Nanox, stopping him in midair. The tether is going to keep him away from Hollow as well. Nice peel from Ignite to get them out of danger from the Rampage. That was a really nice stun mid-leap of him. If he had gone any further, he would have been right on top of Sparrow, giving her a much lower chance of getting out of that one alive. Throwing everything at that buff, and I guess they didn't manage to catch who got it. So this is, of course, the best of 1. We have a lot of teams in this one, and that's going to force the teams to play... oh, wow. Rampage got angry at the wall. It's going to force the teams to play a lot of games. In case you did not know, this cast is supposed to go from 1 p.m. CEST, which is 1 hour ahead of British time, and go until 8 p.m. Or the last game is supposed to start at 8 p.m., which means that the stream will go until 8:30 or 9, depending on how fast that game is. So it's going to be quite a long cast. Generally for the PCL, we try to keep it at about 6 hours or less. The last one did go kind of long. Oh, also, if Twitch is acting up for you guys and it's not just a stream, usually I'll say when the stream is... oh, me either. Usually I'll say when the stream that I have is dropping frames. If you're experiencing issues beyond that, just watching on Twitch, you can catch us on YouTube. Hopefully there's an exclamation YouTube command in the chat that you can use to get to that. But we do have that available for you this time because this is not associated with the PCL at all. We are just casting this in English. The goodness of our hearts. Not so much the goodness out of my heart. Shout out to Narender. He knows all about that. But because we are not affiliated with the PCL, that means that we do not have our partnership with Twitch active for this, which means that we can restream on YouTube. So use the exclamation YouTube in the chat to figure out where that is, and maybe that stream will be a little bit better for you. Generally, it has been in the past. Taking a look at our early items once again. We have the early Empyrean Mask for Ace. Really do like this item. If you're familiar with Dota 2, I compare it to the power treads where you can switch between a couple of different attributes. The Empyrean Mask gives you the ability to have more damage, more survivability depending on the need, as well as some more mana regen. So the UI doesn't really deal with showing that too well at all for spectators, but it is a very good card to have. Starting the aggression out in the mid lane. The Rampage hits the rock on the Lazarus. He's trying to get underneath the tower, but Rampage does not care. Rampage angry. Rampage going to go right underneath the tower, tank it up, and get the kill out on the Kwang. Not the easiest hero to take down with his inherent tankiness, but they do it anyway. Yes, so in case you were wondering, for me, it is 7 a.m. Got up for this. Not entirely happy about it, but I'm happy to be bringing the stream to you guys. So first, I mean, right now, Ascension are leading on the kills. Now you see a little bit of posturing for the Raptors right now. And the thing is, you can't really just go right in on that in the current state of the game, because Raptors still will hurt if you don't take them fast enough. And wow, Havoc are just not Havoc. Rip Havoc. They're not able to participate, but Ignite, they are, I don't know, they're hesitating a little bit on this one. And you see how much damage Fearless already took, and now Ascension thinking about initiating here. You see Decker walking right in, trying to get the stone on the Fearless. They should be able to take him out here, but the question is, what can Ignite take in return? It's going to be a 1-for-1 so far, with the Yin going down already. This is a very valuable kill for Ignite. Hollow not going down just yet. He is going to eventually fall to the gadget. Yeah, he's going to fall to the gadget as Kwang still tries to do his thing inside of the Raptor pit. Hasn't really been too effective at all. Look at that beautiful map. Can't see anything under it. Well, actually, you can if you look close enough, but it's very difficult to see. And oh, there it fixes itself. You saw this a little bit on the quote-unquote learning cast that was on Play Paragon yesterday. Their own map was broken on their stream. In the middle of all of that, 2 Raptors got taken. Generation Ha was right there in case you missed him. He was right in the middle of that pit, ended up getting killed off. Fearless still trying to finish off the quenching skills. Interesting choice by him to have the 6 card points and then 2 into regeneration items while not finishing off the quenching scales. You do need 7 points to finish off that item, so that's an interesting choice from him. He could just sell one of those cards, but he decides to go with the extra regen anyway. And I don't think that's shared with his team. Usually you have to get the order cards for to get any kind of regen shared with your team off of those. So yeah, that is a bit of an interesting choice. Taking a look at our wards right now. Just a few scattering of wards over the map. Most of Ascension's wards focused on the Raptor pit, which still has 1 Raptor in it. That's actually going to cause the Raptors to respawn much later than they would under normal circumstances, which I don't really know who that benefits. I guess the team that has a slight advantage, maybe Ascension, would give an Ignite a little bit of time to get back into this one. But on the other hand, if you can secure yourself the Raptors every time, then not taking them fully out kind of diminishes your effectiveness as a team. But it is an interesting thought to just purposely leave one of those Raptors up so you can give yourself some time to get an advantage. Nice little rock is going to stop the potential of a stun for my Fearless, keeping him out of that fight. If your internet isn't good enough for 720p and Twitch isn't giving you the opportunity for the quality options, what you can do is you can go over to our YouTube using the exclamation YouTube command, and you can, I believe, let me check real quick actually. Yep, they give you quality options at any stage on that one, so you can actually go over to the YouTube and change the quality. Meanwhile, we do have a fight here. Yin places down the Gale. And all right, here we go. Somewhere on the map, Sung is getting the kill on the A side. Fearless is going to take the death in the jungle, though. So it's a 0 for 2 across the map. Oh, Decker Cage is also going to keep Generation Holland getting that bonus kill. And, yep, Inster's going to jump right on top of that one. Bonus kill time. This also leaves Wello to do whatever he wants over in the right lane, taking a tower all by his lonesome. Nice red wall there. So yeah, that YouTube channel is a service that we're able to offer to you guys because we are not partnered on Twitch on this channel, and we are not associated with the PCL when we're doing this cast. Although the NA qualifiers next week will be. And if there's any issues with sound or I don't know, stream issues, I can't really help you with, but sound I can try to fix in terms of levels. Or if it gets all weird and stuff, I can try to do something on my end. Hey Nate, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. So how is the wonderful Nate doing today? Does it work now? Well, that's good. So the French team, Team Ascension, have been doing pretty well to start out this match. They're working really well with the Rampage rotations, and Greystone's just been doing his thing in the right lane. So, yep, that's basically been the start of this game. Oh, you're right. You're right. It is not coming through. But hello, Nate. You're here now.
They can hear me now. They can hear me.
Yeah, they can hear you now. Yep.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I'm not depending on your time zone.
Yeah, it's definitely morning for me. That's definitely a thing. Here we go, fight on the mid lane. Braum is going to get caught out a little bit. Lots of damage from the sticky mine. Now we turn around. Can we actually turn around and see the action that is still going on here? Rampage is going to jump right on top of the Fearless. The only kill to go on here was just trying to tank things up so that Braum could get away, which he does. Lazarus hanging out at the tier 2 tower. But this French squad is looking mighty feisty here.
Yeah, they're not letting the names get in the way. This army, I know a couple of the players in and Artcore I've heard of before, but we know that like, Generation Hollow and RGS Ace and Fearless, they're big names in the community already.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. It's been said a lot, and I guess we have to bring up the question: are YouTubers even good at Paragon?
I don't doubt the skill level that they play at the sort of the MMR cap, so they definitely got the skill to be at that level. But as a team, you know, a team competitive environment, it's a different environment than just sort of the public games. But I know Ignite have been putting a lot of scrims in. They've been scrimming a lot against Toronto Esports, and they've been getting the practice in. They've been definitely putting the training in.
Yeah, they've been streaming a lot of the top teams, putting in a lot of matches there, and of course putting them up on YouTube, which you guys can catch on their respective channels. We'll have to see how they do here. And remember, this is only game number 1 of a very long group stage, all happening today here in Group A. You're gonna see, yeah, that Greystone easily gets out of there. So even if maybe Ignite aren't doing so well in this one, there is a lot of room for learning, and also a lot of room to demonstrate endurance, which so many games in one day, it's going to be a really tough road for the teams.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not used to this sort of lengthy day where they have not been entering, so the tournaments like the PCL or some of the other tournaments that are available, they may not be used to having so many intense matches so close together, and so it puts a lot of stress on the teams if they're not used to playing for that length of time.
Yeah, and it's a lot of stress too. Like, it's not just your normal playing pubs. Like, you can play pubs all day. A lot of people do. They stream for a very long time, some of them. But playing 9 competitive, I think it's 9. Playing all, well, actually less because a lot of teams have dropped out. But playing a lot of competitive games in one day can take a physical toll on you, or a mental toll, and that eventually that builds up. So
Yeah.
in terms of the cards, we've been seeing a lot of Mad Spore Sash build up since the changes. Twitch.tv/Gameaholix TV. Right there. I don't know why they're showing that. In any case, we've got the Decker cage out. On to quite a few. Ace about to be taken down. Nunox is still tanking up all the damage for his team in that big HGH form, popping himself full of steroids, and as quick as you can see, we've got a 3-for-1 so far. Hollow about to go down. We could get a little bit closer in that one. The Sparrow does fall, and now we've only got Braum trying to make his way out. As Abelica might have a stun up eventually, could be turning around to look for it, but the damage is there from Yin. They'll finish off the full 5-man team wipe. Everybody's down, and Ascension are free to do whatever they like on the map. They might go for tier 2, or they could just go for Raptors if they want to. Or maybe they make their way to OP.
It looks like they're going that way. That was a very, very good team fight there from Team Ascension.
Tell me, Nate. Tell me about it.
No, it was they got the frontliners in the front line. I mean, I know it sounds like basics, but getting your frontliners in the front line to soak up that damage, you know, both the Rampage and the Greystone just doing the thing and being that block in front of the damage dealers. And unfortunately for Team Ignite, they just couldn't really collapse on that as well as they wanted to.
So a huge fight for Ignite as they lost it. Yeah, not Ignite. You know, it's a lot more difficult without the team names on the screen at all. Now I know how you casters actually feel in the PCL. But Ascension take the really big fight, and they also get an OP on top of it. So they're going to take this opportunity to get back into the base, spend up all of the cards that they earned off of that, and should be making a pretty good push towards the tier 2 towers right now.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, the lanes weren't really set in their favour. Obviously, it was a snap OP decision, so they had to take it. They've got the advantage of it, but the lanes aren't really set in a way that they can push down a tower into an inhib easily now. They've got to do some work and set a lane. This gives Team Ignite the chance for them to just push those lanes out and make it as difficult as possible for Ascension to lay siege to one of these inhibitors.
So, with that OP, it's time for Ascension to make a push towards the OP, towards the tier 2 tower with the OP buff. And in case I didn't mention, it's early for me, goddammit. Rock actually does hit on the Braum, and they don't get the secondary stun from Decker. That's an interesting thing that I haven't mentioned at all. We have both Rampage and Decker on the same side, which happens literally never.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get that sort of pick. I mean, Rampage seems to be fallen by the wayside now as a jungler. He's not he's not a Grux, he's not a Sevrog. But in this new meta, you never know. Double stun is always good when you can lay out this much damage.
And here comes that initiation onto Ignite. Lazarus, the first one to fall. Decker Cage is going to keep in the Sparrow. Couple frames dropped there by the stream. But yep, Rock goes out onto Braum. He's about to fall as well. Hollow and iFairless really can't get into this fight at all. Against OP as well, they're really having trouble getting back to their base even. And look at this, the French team, they're going to have mercy. This is a country that they like to say waves the white flag, but they seems like they wanted to back up there. It looks like they're actually going to go in. Yeah, I don't know. Trying to take some shots. Well, it seems that Ascension are taking all of the shots here. Quickly taking down Ace. iFairless about to fall. Does. And Hollow will be the last one remaining on his team that have all been sent back to the base. Oh no, the core's going ham. Probably the most effective member of the Ignite team right now. It's going to force the Frenchman back.
That thing is so punishing when you haven't got minions on the OP buff or not. It's just the new buffs that they gave to the core now is really effective.
Yeah, they're going to keep on going though. Still a lot of seconds until those main members of Ignite respawn. But Braum is going ham inside the base. 2 minions on the core and a couple of heroes. They're still going to back up, though. They don't believe that they can finish this one at all. The core is, I believe, within 20% of going down, but it's time for Ascension to count their blessings and try to regroup.
I mean, off of one OP, they must smash the tier 2 an inhibitor and 80% of the core's life. So I think they got. I mean, they could probably have finished there if they'd have committed fully, but I think they did enough there.
So, Ascension still in pretty firm control of this game. They don't have the OP buff anymore, but this does give Ignite a little bit of time to breathe, maybe start a fire under their butts, which they clearly need, having only gotten... That can't be right. I can't actually see the the number of kills on Ignite, but they do have 7.
So it's 20-7 on one side, and we don't know.
We've
I'm
got
assuming it's
Gameaholix
7
Paragon beatdown on the other. Oh man, we had it for a second there. That was close.
So yeah, I mean, I'm assuming no one has committed suicide to a green buff yet. So I'm assuming it's the 7 kills to 20 on the other.
Okay, so one thing that's been coming up a lot in this most recent iteration of the meta is the prevalence of the stasis gems on heroes, and we do have one on iFairless right now. Could help him out a little bit. It's a very cheap card now. It's just 5 card points, and it also gives you some power. You have the ability to build up some there as well. It's really an amazing card that was utilized a little bit before. Now you see it on as many as 2 or 3 heroes on one team now in a game. So it's a card that we've been really seeing a lot in the last PCL and now in this event.
Yeah, I think any sort of hero that you find dives into the back line a lot. Say you're going to see a Quang throwing a Judgment of the Heaven and then bring down the Fury of the Heavens, and then he'll ult. So when the enemy team try to collapse on him because he's gone too deep, he'll ult, but he's already done the damage, and it allows the rest of their team to jump on it where they're focusing on the Quang. Those sort of tactics have been employed with like really good effect.
So yeah, you can see this is being cast by Paragon Challenger League, which is not me somehow. So if you want to catch a real English cast, I guess you could try to find them somewhere on the internet. I don't know what's going on there. Man, scientists baffled. We also see a very interesting card here on Inser. He's got the Hemorrhage, and he's building that up very early. It gives him a lot of attack speed, some good lifesteal early into the game. And I guess he has a bit of extra survivability as well with the Gale to reflect some of the shots and keep her alive for a while. So I really do like this card on her. Maybe it makes it so that Yin is picked up a little bit more. But I'm wondering why heroes like Twin Blast or maybe even the Murdoch are not being touched at all in this game.
I mean, having spoke to some of the ADC players around the European circuit, they feel that Twin Blast is damage. Murdoch is damaged, and the attack speed especially just doesn't feel there, and it feels like the damage drop off is real towards the late game. Twin Blast, I mean, I still think is a very, very solid pickup, especially if you've got a phaser support. So,
well, you can't have a phaser support here.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Sorry. In general, that's what they. I think if we had the phase, we'd have probably saw more Twin Blasts.
Right now, the French squad, they're not going to be pushing too much at all. They just are going to be happy with their 1 inhib, and maybe they'll wait up for the next prime respawn, which is going to take... It's actually going to be up right now. I think I heard that coming in. I can hardly see that on the stream that we have. But I guess it's time for Ascension to regroup and maybe try to take that. They'll get the invis on core, see if they can do anything with it, but Ignite will be making a beeline right for OP.
Yeah, they realise that if Ascension take this OP, it's essentially game over for them. They can't afford to allow them to take it now. It doesn't look like they're going to go on to it. It looks like they're just going to try and bait it and get a pick and hopefully secure it and do something from that.
Yeah, but the thing is, Decker's already got the invis, and yeah, iFairless puts down the ward, but it's way too late. The cage comes through. iFairless about to fall. He's not going to even get the chance to get off the stasis gem. Not sure what was going on there. Beautiful Tesla Dome out on the 2. Even without the cage, it's really splitting apart the Ascension... the Ignite squad, forcing them to fight on many different fields, which with such a huge advantage from Ascension, Ignite are really going to hurt from. Only Braum managing to get away, and that might very well be the end of the game, as where is everybody? Clearly the person who's observing is having the exact same problem with the map that I am, as I can't see anybody there, but you can still click on them, so I'm not sure why he's not. But in any case, they're going to be going for the base and probably ending the game here as Ascension take game number 1 of their Paragon EU qualifier into the exhibition event campaign here pretty easily against Ignite.
Yeah, very impressive to play there from Ascension. I mean, Team Ignite are a relatively new team. I don't think they've.
Anything.
I don't believe they've. I don't believe they've got the.
Can we see the scoreboard, please?
No.
Nope. Oh, hi.
Okay.
That's not us. That's not what I look like.
I mean, I could role play the guy with the beard.
Yeah,
I
you could do
suppose.
the beard. That's close. That's a good representation. They're like cosplaying Nate here.
Yeah, but Team Ignite, they're a fairly new team. I don't believe they had their full roster out because I don't believe Mr. Wacko, their usual ADC, and I believe Generation Hollow plays in the jungle usually. So I'm not sure what happened with the team, why they didn't have their sort of full strength roster up today. I don't know, something to do with, just player timing's an issue. So I don't know if they're going to have the team out for the next match. But hopefully they can come back from this.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, the thing about the whole day is that they have a lot of time to try to fix some errors that they're making early, and also they get a chance to show their endurance over the course of the day, which a lot of teams might not have. They do get a couple of breaks depending on where those end up falling because the teams dropping out. Apparently 3 teams dropping out of this group already. But
wow, okay.
Yeah, they're having a lot of casualties there. We'll see if any of that goes on throughout the rest of the day. But that's going to be it for game number 1 in our Paragon EU qualifier to the exhibition event. Oh, you can see that somebody's been muted on Skype as well on their stream. Luckily that I'm not showing you guys that. And yeah, so we'll be right back after a bit of a break. These games should be starting on the hour, so we'll see what happens there. But we should be back at 1 p.m. British time for our next game here. Cheers, guys.
What I know.
when it's time to fight.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are waiting on the next game here for the EU qualifier to the Epic Exhibition. I'm Pithy, and I'm here with Nate, and we just saw Team Ascension absolutely shellac Ignite. Shellac is a pretty nice word. Nate, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I went in. I mean, I watched a couple of the Ignite scrims. They seem to be doing all right. They've had some decent games, they've had some tough games, but they seem to sort of collapse during that match. Like I said before, I don't know if it's because they didn't have their full roster, but yeah, Team Ascension are looking really good. Their rotations were on point. Their team fightings were on point. They just look like a force to be reckoned with this in this group.
Yep, you can see the standings here. That's being brought up on the German stream. That's why it says Gruppe A, which actually means Group A, in case you didn't know. And the Gruppenphase, or I don't know if that's actually how you say P's. I don't know how to say P's in German, but that is a group phase. So this is Group A, which is... Nope, we're not going to be looking like that. This is the group phase, which is going to be happening today and tomorrow. So Group A today, Group B tomorrow. Group B actually has the likes of Toronto Esports, I believe, so you'll be able to see that on this stream tomorrow in English. But yeah, so you can see the group stage already well underway. I'm not sure how they're awarding wins for teams that, when people play against teams that dropped out. It seemed like 3 dropped out, but there were only 3 people with wins after the last stage, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But in any case, we are going to keep going here. The next match up for the cast is Ignite versus LLS.
Yeah, it's something like Lollipop, Liquors, something.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The Lollipop Liquors. I don't know what that full name is, but yeah, that's probably the most interesting name of the qualifiers. So we'll see how they do up against the YouTubers. And others of Ignite.
Is that we're now dubbing the team?
Yeah,
Ignite,
the YouTubers, Team YouTube.
But yeah, I'll wait till the roster comes up on the draft scheme because it's difficult to remember all these teams. A lot of these teams are sort of unknown or fairly new teams, so it's difficult for us to get a handle on all the players. We just try and bring you the information we know about the more well-known teams like Ignite and players like Toronto as well.
I think at some point we should try to do a lip sync of these German casters. I think that would be interesting. See how good we can do. Because you don't speak German, now, do you? What's your best German?
Sehr schön.
Sehr schön.
I only know the German what the German players who I play with teach me, and I'm pretty sure that's probably not safe to air. So I'm not
I mean, you can try. No one's gonna know. This is English cast. Like, you can totally curse in German on an English cast. I think that's fine, right? Is that a rule? Can I get the broadcast rules handbook here?
So we get banned straight off Twitch.
They'll never know.
So. Oh yeah, are you not actually showing the German casters?
No, I'm not showing them right now.
All right, okay.
I think I'll let them keep their dignity.
the mute button is real, so.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's not muted anymore.
Ah, they've allowed him to speak.
Right, hopefully we have a draft here. Can we have a draft screen? We do have a draft here between the Lollipop Lemon Squad or something like that and Ignite. So we have the draft here. Interesting bans. Revenant and Belka taken out, which means that Decker's been left in and seemingly hasn't been touched at all. What is up with this draft?
Right. What strikes me as most odd is Ignite. They've allowed Hollow to go back into the jungle with the Grux, and they've put Fearless on to carry. Now, me and you know Fearless quite well. He's helped us out in the PCL. He's not a player that I have known him for playing carry. So, be interesting to see how he fares on that. No pun intended. Looking at the actual drafts, yeah, it's an interesting lineup.
You got triple carry on the Lemon Squad with Seraph, Twin Blast, and a very little known carry, Greystone. My question is, Who do they have on the mid lane? Maybe they decided to go with the dual mid strat again.
Yeah, they could. I mean, they could put Serath on one lane, Greystone one lane, the dual carry in the dual lane in the mid, and then Feng Mao just sort of kicking around in the jungle.
Or they could just have Greystone and Feng in the side lanes.
Yeah, that could work as well. I mean, it's quite versatile, but I'd like they have no casters, which could be difficult in those team fights when getting Grux pulled into a make it rain from a howitzer on top of like an Aurora Cryocism. They've got a lot of sort of combination wombo combo potential, whereas the Lollipop Lickers seem to have sort of a lot of burst damage. And they're going to have a lot of sustain with that Muriel. The new buffs that Muriel and shields in general have had. I really like the Muriel, especially with the Twin Blast as well. Can really allow him to push that a little bit further because he's got that dash back, then he's got the shields on top of it and the haste. So we'll see how that duo lane works out for them.
I'm just seeing a really big damage disadvantage for LLS here as they have 0 casters up against essentially 2. I'm interested in who's going to be playing support for Ignite. Maybe they decide to... Well, Braum was the mid laner last time, and they had Ace on the off lane. So I guess that puts Lazarus as the Aurora back to support. Yeah.
So we have the jungler as the support as the carry.
That's getting so confusing already.
The carry as a jungler. So,
you lost me.
Yeah.
Oh, they banned out Aurora. Oh my gosh, they have 2 bans of Aurora. What is going on? Toronto Esports playing today, guys. I don't know what's going on. They just picked up
Is
Decker.
this the Civil War?
Okay,
is this the Civil War we've been hearing about?
This draft makes a little bit of sense now. What the heck? How did this draft just change in the last second? They have Decker now instead of Aurora, so I guess things make a little bit of sense, except, I don't know, Toronto Esports picking up a lot of teams now. I mean, maybe also, Ignite, I understand a little bit that, but the Lemon Lollipops? I don't know, man.
The double ban on Aurora is pretty critical. She has been hate banned to hell and back by both teams. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Interesting is one way of saying it. So yeah, can we get to a game? I think we are done with this draft. We're ready to go to the game.
I'm not sure what's actually been happening in this draft anymore. So
why would both teams want to ban Aurora? That's my real question here. What's going on? Why do we have so much hate for Aurora that you had to ban her out of a draft twice? Come on, guys. Also, they show the score at the top, but the thing is, this is a best of 1. There's actually no need for a score because neither team is going to have an advantage coming into this. So we really do not need that there. I have no idea what the bans are, guys. We're trying to figure out this as best as we can, but we've got Toronto Esports versus Toronto Esports. Apparently they are changing their ways from kicking players to adding more teams to the squad. So, you know what? No idea what's going on there.
Yeah, we've got blood in the chat. Someone needs to inform him he's picked up 10 new players.
Oh, here we go.
He's also been kicked.
Versus Ignite.
I love that German voiceover. Fight. That was actually kind of close to the Paragon announcer.
Yeah, I quite like that.
All right.
I've always said I'd love to have the Paragon announcer around for dinner one night and just, could you pass the gravy? I just think that'd be a really...
The gravy has been passed. Oh, in any case, we have our early wording out here from the teams as we have the Lemon Lollipop squad, otherwise known as Toronto Esports, are meet on the orange side. And we have Team Ignite, otherwise known as Team YouTube, otherwise known as Toronto Esports. They'll be on the blue side. So here we go. It's going to be interesting. We have a Twin Blast mid. We do have the draft fixed up a little bit here from Ignite, but the draft from LLS still looks a little bit strange.
Yeah, so we did actually end up with a Decker. We still don't know what was banned.
I think Aurora. I think Aurora was banned.
We're gonna go the assumption that one of the bands was at least Aurora.
I think Narendra's saying that is not the case at all. I think it was Revenant and Bellica, but oh man. I guess we can go through and introduce our teams even though we're not going to see them at all. Fearless playing the Sparrow for Ignite. Lazarus on the Decker. Hollow going back into the jungle. Ace will be handling the Marikesh in the off lane. And then finally Braum, you can see him here on mid.
And for LLS, we're going to have King Kirby 952 on the Seraph, Iceman 316 on the Twin Blast, Kiba no Kuma on the Feng Mao, Muck About 1 on the Greystone, and Zixa Zixani on the Muriel.
This is going to be ridiculous in a team fight. If LLS can survive long enough to actually get any kills, I can say that Zixer Zixani may have just saved somebody.
Yeah, it's triple carry is going to be very interesting. I mean, even though they don't have the caster, obviously those Twin Blast grenades can put down a tremendous amount of AoE in those sort of confined spaces, in the jungle, in the Raptor pit, etc. So it can make up for a little bit of the lack of AoE that they do have, but other than that, that's all they've really got going for them. They're going to have to really go for that sort of pick potential and really have good communication, to have team focus to go onto a single target, burst them down, and just move on to the next.
Yeah, they could also try to catch somebody up, but their problem is going to be bursting them down fast enough. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting how LLS are able to work their team while they're gonna benefit from a little bit of sustain, but they don't really have a caster to benefit very quickly from. Oh man, the red buff going to Twin Blast here as he's gonna meet Howitzer inside the jungle. We've got Seraph joining the fight as well, but Generation Hollow, he's already got the black buff. He's gonna charge right after the Twin Blast. That's gonna be the first blood. Nice little view of the wall there as we see the smash and grab also hit onto the Seraph. That's gonna be a twofer on the mid lane as Generation Hollow makes a great usage of the black buff there.
Yeah, and Twin Blast is always going to have a rough time against a Howitzer with a Grux incoming for the ganks. Yeah, after the dash, he's pretty much out of it. So he's got the Howitzer mine to contend with, and then the smash and grab from the Grux. So he's always going to have a rough time in that mid lane on his own.
So a very quick look at the scoreboard as we see that, yes, indeed, Ignite just got 2 kills.
So yeah, already playing a lot better than the first match from what I saw. But I didn't see the early game, so I didn't see how Ignite played in the early game of the first match.
I mean, what you can see right now is that Ignite have 63 last hits to LLS's GA.
It's a strong strategy. Let's see if it works out for them.
They'll have to see. Braum with the quick rotation over to the Twin Blast. I don't actually know what he's doing over here, but he's... Oh, wow. That wall! The wall! It's so good! I don't know where we're going, but the Twin Blast managed to stay alive. So did the Greystone, both of them taking very low. And Feng Mao looks like he's going to be taking up some duties here in the left lane.
Yeah, just to reiterate, guys, we're not actually in control of the camera for these matches.
Nope.
So you cannot unfortunately blame us. I know you like to blame us for a lot, but you cannot blame us for the cameramanship during these matches.
Yep, they told me I could not watch the replays in game. They told me I had to use their feed. So that's what we're doing. I still don't know what this NTD versus NTG thing is. What is that?
Yeah.
Okay, good answer. Good answer. If you ever watched Family Feud in America, that's what they say. There's a buff taken by the Howitzer here as we have another smash and grab out onto Iceman 316. Got to get the numbers right. And the rocket finally hits from Braum. It was kind of difficult to aim around the corner earlier, but you know what? He does hit it this time around and picks himself up another kill. This is relatively different match from the first game against missing kills as well. Keeping no Kuma, taking the stun in the back from Decker. Will be forced to back away. Smash grab not going to hit this time around from Hollow. Definitely on a hero he's more comfortable this time around. Maybe that's just what Ignite need. I'm not sure if this is a look from them that they're used to or if they're changing things up just because the first game against Ascension didn't work out so well. But if they were actually testing things, I guess they might truly be in the spirit of Toronto Esports, who seem to like to experiment during a lot of tournaments that they end up playing.
Yeah, I mean, I think Hollow's definitely gone back to a role he much prefers to play, and he's probably more suited to. I know we all like to think of himself as good in all the roles, but from what I've seen, he is a good jungler, and that's a position I'd like to see him in. But it's already working to their benefits. They've already killed this Twin Blast at least twice in the mid lane now, and that Howitzer Grux combination really doing work on him.
So it looks like we do have an offer from Blood Morius himself to dance in the chat, so I think we do need to take him up on that. Has he even put his webcam up on stream? I believe he's gotten to that stream goal, right? I don't know what's taking so long. Oh, we actually got the kill onto Greystone here.
Yeah, fellas, who knew we can carry? What do you think about the changes to Greystone with his passive being changed from just the flat stack of armor and health to this sort of auto attack mitigation?
What was that?
How have you found the change to Greystone and his passive from the sort of?
I've never played Greystone. I'm not a dirty Greystone picker. Don't ask me to.
Wow, and I know certified's in the chat as well, so.
Yeah, well, certified can play as Greystone. He's actually not just a Greystone player. I wouldn't call. You know what? Even though he might be the head of the pig squad or whatever. Oh man, look at smash and grab through the scoreboard. At least I can see that, right? He might be the head of the pig squad, but he is by no means a dirty Greystone picker. He's actually good at this game, so I wouldn't call him that.
Nah, I don't think he'll like you ragging on his bay. He does love his Greystone.
Yeah, it's okay. I'd rather see his Shin Bay though.
So now it looks like we've got a Sarath in the mid lane. See how she's going to fare in the mid lane because the Twin Blast is at a rough time. I'm not sure if we're going to see Twin Blast swap over to the duo lane. No, it's going to pick up for left down. And it's just going to be a Muriel versus a Moragesh in that off lane. So
yeah, we'll have to see. It's interesting how long. I mean, we have another stun on the Greystone. That should pop his Reforged is already gone, apparently. They already popped that, so this Greystone not having a good time at all. Usually you won't see a Greystone take a death at level 5 unless he's being really out of position or excessively rotated upon. But in that case, we just see him fall for the second time this game, and another tower falling. Seeing a lot of action here on the EU stream. Shout out to Gax. Meanwhile, inside the jungle, Decker's going to catch out the Twin Blast, finding him here. Finally, the camera finds him as well. Lazarus is taking a lot of damage, just trying to jump around, but as LL is trying to look for any kill they can get right now, it's just so difficult. And here we see Fang Mao trying to back away. The piercing shot, here's a nice wraparound from Decker as well. The stun should be there. Where is it? Oh, it's going to hit onto the Greystone instead. That's actually not a bad kill to have either. They should do a lot of damage, and that passive, unfortunately, not doing a whole lot for him at all.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about, where the mitigation from one auto attack I don't think is, even at max rank, I think it's 3 seconds.
See a Fang Mao. Easiest kill of Ignite's life. They're going to get the 9.5 minute inhibitor, and they also managed to kill the Lemon Squad so hard that the map disappears for a couple seconds.
That is when you know you're killing it.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a tier 2, not an inhibitor, sorry.
Oh, sorry, I'm bad. Pith is bad. It's 8 a.m. What am I doing? Gosh darn it. Oh, well.
We know you've been up a while, and it's a very...
I've had a rough past couple of days. Okay, so, fun story. I was contacted about 9 p.m. Eastern by one of my friends, one of my casting friends, to do some random matches, and he said they would be starting in 3 hours, which is apparently midnight. So I was given the opportunity to cast some Southeast Asia qualifiers for a pretty big event.
It's just for Dota, I guess.
Yeah, on the stream of the second biggest studio for Dota casting, and apparently I'm getting paid at some point. Haven't gotten paid yet, but I was up from 12 a.m. to 7 a.m. casting that. And then I was asked to do it the second day as well. So these past 3 days, I've been trying to fix my sleep schedule, but it's not really been working because, of course, we have the planning for this as well. And apparently, nobody else except for me does weird sleep hours. They're all on normal time, so I had to get up for meetings with them. But, yep, Raptors taken by Ignite. I'm still trying to wake up, and Nate is berating me as per usual.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. So I'd like to see the scoreboard, see what the actual kill count is now for Team Ignite.
Do you really want to see that? Maybe if we chant scoreboard, they will bring it to us. Do you want to chant it 3 times?
No.
No? Okay. That would be kind of cringy. So you're welcome, stream. Nate is keeping you from that. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Feng Mao, he's getting everything dropped on here to try to save himself. And Seraph is going to go right after Braum. He's going to drop down over here, and Seraph decides not to chase him out of the mercy of her heart. Looks like Ascension are not the only ones that can be waving a little bit of a white flag here.
It's weird that it didn't go in on that, because I think that the Seraph would have actually had the making of the howitzer. But
so that's the thing. Like, a howitzer ult gets you out of a lot of bad spaces. Oh, we have a rare look at the score, but I guess we have to talk about it now. Anything of use?
So, yeah, Bram is now well phased on 5-0 and 2. He's got 18 CXP right now, ahead of the enemy Twin Blast in mid lane by 6 card points. Oh, now 7 card points. So, yeah, that Twin Blast is pretty much out of this game right now.
In fact, every single member of Ignite are ahead of LLS right now. Not really looking too good for the lemons right now. They might be getting, I don't know, have you ever had salted lemons? Is that a thing?
Only with tequila.
Well, in any case, looks like LLS might be getting a little bit saltier here as they lose yet another hero and nearly lose another. And the thing now is there's a tier 2 being pressured on the right side of the map. The inhib getting a little bit of pressure on left, and the map is once again broken as Ignite are lighting everything on fire. They're burning up all of the things and doing all the damages. Oh, Braum narrowly misses that rocket. Not sure what he was waiting for, but the Reforge does get popped anyway, as iFairless probably hit a piercing shot or something like that. The stun comes through, bounces right through the Greystone, still manages to stun him. That Decker stun is completely okay. It's not broken at all, and they take down Greystone at the inhib.
Yeah, the Greystone having a rough time. Even with 2 lives, he's just trying to use his face to block everything from that inhibitor, but unfortunately, it's too pretty, and the inhibitor went down. And oh no, he's still up.
No, it's still up. He did save it. Greystone for the inhib.
He did save it.
I think that's a good trade. Whoa, we're changing the time. What's going on here? Pause it. We're back to 10 minutes. Come on.
Oh,
come on.
spoiler.
You can do it.
No spoiler shield for the.
Where's the spoiler shield? Wait, I have something for this. Can we get the spoiler shield? What is going on? Hello? I'm gonna look for my spoiler shield. No, we can't have this. Where's my? No, this is not the right time. Is it? I don't know. Let me get the spoiler shield up because I can't have this on my stream. I just can't. Let's see if we can get this. PCL. You wanna fill some space here, Nate?
Oh yeah, I'm loving the space filling. Yeah, just to reiterate again, guys, this is not our production, so sorry for the freezes. There's nothing we can really do about that.
Yeah, I don't press the pause button during streams or accidentally hit the timeline. I think I've actually done that once.
It's very rare we have these sort of
very rare production problems at the PCL. We're totally amazing, guys.
I'm not saying we're infallible, but you know, we've worked hard to
missing another kill. Marigesh doing some things in the map. There's the Warriors challenge, and the smash and grab should come eventually. Oh, he misses it. Okay, maybe the lag is hurting him. I can't say that anymore though because this is on EU servers. Maybe he just got nervous. Had some performance issues about that smash and grab. I mean, it was basically offered up to him, right?
Rhino men. It happens to all Rhino men as they get older, mate.
All Rhino men.
This is an interesting shot of Twin Blast we've got. We can't really see what's happening on the rest of the map as the map is broken.
Oh, well, actually, miraculously, we do catch Generation Hollow finding a kill inside the jungle. Miraculously, because it's really hard to see that it's happening. In any case, nice landmine over to the side from Braum, going to knock 2 over into the wall. They'll take the tier 1 tower. A long time for Ignite to take that one. Just 15 minutes. I have no idea why it's taking them so long to get tier 1s, but eventually they do. And, you know, guys, with all this BM, much respect to the teams. We're just trying to make light of a difficult situation. But honestly, I don't expect a whole lot of good competition out of these qualifiers. There's about 2 or 3 strong teams in each group somehow, even with the quote-unquote random seeding. I wonder how that worked out. But yeah, I don't expect a whole lot of, like, we saw a really good game between Ascension and Ignite comparatively in the last game. But this one is a bit of a runaway for Ignite.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to see the scoreboard now, but I think they're up to about 16 kills-ish. Yeah, they just seem to be running away with it. I mean, they already got onto the inhibitor and started damaging it around the 10-minute mark, which is never a good sign. But it looks like they're slowing things down a little bit now, just trying to consolidate the position, take Raptors, take those tier 1 towers out, and just make sure they've got complete.
They haven't changed that yet. We're not the Paragon Challenger League. In fact, this cast is completely unassociated with the PCL. This cast is not brought to you by the PCL. We do not admit to anything. We're not doing this, all right? Well, the Seraph will get caught out as we have a beautiful view of the Fang Mao. Okay, finally we see Seraph cut in half by the double pane. And Generation Hollow, he's hungry for more. He wants to make people bleed. Smash and grab hits onto the Muriel. She'll try to get her away with the, I don't know, the consecrated ground. Looks to get the ROF out, but not going to happen this time around. And now Keepin' Akuma is going to be trying to work his way around the map. You know, I had the chance there to say Zixer Zixani, but, you know, I just didn't go for it because it's hard to read the names sometimes on this. But in any case, there is a rocket. There is the mark for Morigesh. And there is a dead purple Chinese man lying in the river.
Chinese, or is he? I don't know.
Okay, I don't know if you were here for this, but back when Paragon was back in the early access, right after the OTs, there was a guy named, what was his name? Brisley? His name was Brisley. He made the funniest videos for the overviews. I have to go and find them. He had the image of a Kermit. He had Kermit as his profile icon, and he just dubbed the hero reveals pretty much back then, and he called Fang Mao Purple Chinese Man. Meanwhile, team fight, Decker Cage comes down. It's not really needed because Morigesh is running away, not sure what from. 2 heroes in the middle of everything. We're just moving this camera around like a monkey on steroids. I don't know. I'm just grasping for straws here. The only one still alive is Keepin' Akuma, who has a balanced half of his health here. Immediately taken away by the rocket, hit by the Decker stun, the stasis bomb as they call it, and eventually he does die. Finishing off the full 5-man team with the first one of the game, as I don't think that LLS have even had the chance to have that many members in a fight this early in the game. Twin Blast thinks that he can do damage to the Morigesh, but indeed he was mistaken, as well, he can't do anything. Oh, 1 kill. 1 kill here for King Kirby. That might even be their first one of the game as they try to get people out of the core, which, as it was for Ignite in the last game, is actually the most useful tool on the side of LLS this game. Now it's actually time, like, the core is kind of strong. Probably the most strong member of LLS, as it's actually managing to kill a few of the members on Ignite. They'll be making their way away from here now. Even with the OP, that core is somewhat strong.
Yeah, the buffs to the core have definitely made an impact on how players try and siege it down. Obviously, as soon as you've got no minions, you start getting chunked by the core, and you have to be really careful, even with the OP.
So we do have an OP buff still on the mid lane, as Crux and Decker are being taken out a little bit here, but honestly, they could come back in. Howitzer in the fight as well. Nice landmine on the 2. He's going to be getting as much damage as he needs onto Zixer Zixani. Did it. Getting the kill there.
Yeah,
and I would assume since RGSAce is in the chat, which please don't do, guys. If you're playing a game, do not come in the chat because we do not want people here to be getting any spoilers. So I guess the match is already done, but please don't do that. Hall is going to go right for a tier 2 tower. And they just need a minion wave to come up here in order to take it down. But I would assume that LLS only have so much more in the tank here. They're going to try to defend. Maybe they just want to hang back at their inhib as they wait for their team to get reset. Muriel's still in the base. So here we go. Generation Hall with the Warlords Challenge on the 1. Smashing out, pulling him back in. Fang Mao nearly getting killed through the ROF. Eventually, Fairless does find him, and Muriel's just kind of left by the rest of her team. That used to be always the problem with me. I could never get my team to initiate with me on the Muriel, so I would ROF in, say, hey guys, I'm here, and they'd be like, yeah, screw you. We're not going to help you at all. We have the replay bug on Twin Blast as well, as the core ends up dying, ending this misery.
Yeah, I think the tactic that LS were going for, it needed them to go into late game to get those carries online. Unfortunately, they just had Twin Blast had such a rough game in the beginning of the match with the Grux and the Howitzer combining very well just to basically nuke him down 2-3 times. So we were so far behind they couldn't really contest the Howitzer anymore. So yeah, unfortunate for them that the strategy didn't actually work out, and it finishes 33-2 in favor of Ignite.
Oh, they showed the scoreboard this time around. Yeah. A couple kills gotten by LLS, but honestly, Ignite, as we said, they have been scrimming against some really good teams in Paragon, and even if they aren't winning such matches, or if they're winning a few of them, at least they're getting that experience, which I guess LLS might not have had the opportunity to get. So
yeah, it's difficult if especially, I mean, I don't know any of the players on LLS, but if they're not playing at the MMR cap and not used to playing these sort of level of players, it can be difficult getting thrown into a competitive environment. They might not used to be playing as a sort of 5-man stacking competitive tournament. So, I mean, you know, given the due that they entered and they're trying the best, but you can see the skill gap in matches such as these, unfortunately.
So that is going to be it for our second game of the day. Next match is going to be coming up at 9 a.m. for me. That's 3 p.m. for 2 p.m. Oh yeah, 2 p.m. for you guys, and then 3 p.m. for the actual Europeans in the chat. So I guess we'll see you then. We are not pictured on stream here because I'm not wearing. Oh, I am wearing a shirt. Don't worry about that, guys. I hope Nate, are you wearing a hat? Can you describe yourself?
I'm wearing my usual blue hat and a white t-shirt.
All right, so you got Nate in the blue hat, the white t-shirt. I'm in the blue t-shirt, and we will have the stream continuing for you guys in 26 minutes. So we'll see you then. Raptor play. Meanwhile, Yin versus Reflect. He's going to back away for her, but Master Splinter is going to fall in the middle of the river. Chillphil in the middle of all of this one. He's just a Howitzer trying to keep those stacks up. Gets the Cole onto Biggin, but he's right next to a Howitzer. He's going to get blasted in the face with an R2000. He is going to actually take down Biggin in the middle of this, and the Maker Rain has been completely kited by a Reborn. He'll take down 3 around the Raptor pack. Psycho Pumpkin trying to make his way away from NATO Sick, but there's going to be a sticky mine on him, and Twin Blast gets another one out of that one. That should open up the Raptors for Reborn, and it will just havoc.
What is the next step?
They have done a little bit of it. They're trying to regain the vision over the map. Meanwhile, though, Mal's in some trouble. Will be able to use the leap over to Astrofen to get away from Chillphil. Chillphil will get the jump out on the Merciless Killer. Has the pull available. Subjugate does keep him in place for a little bit, but Mal's taking way too much damage from Reflect. He's going to take her down. Meanwhile, Chillphil trying to do as much as possible. Here comes the Maker Rain with the dome on top of it. Huge damage from Reborn, and they're getting chunked down quite low. Astrofen about to fall does. And Reflect is unstoppable right now. Chillphil hasn't even died. They can't take him down. Subjugate not going to hit. And that's going to end up being 4-0. They can't even take down Chillphil. We're 15 minutes in. OP is up. Don't see Reborn going for it right now.
People rotating over here, they are going to land the tether onto.
Yeah, they get so much out there. The quenching scale's getting them up a little bit. Oh, nice Ray Blast by Clearcast. He gets the skewer out on the 2. Can they actually get these guys down? But the follow-up isn't there. Now here comes the Crash Bang Beam. Reinitiation from Phasma. He's tanking up for that one. Black Hole from Vanilla Cutie right in the middle of 2. Cameron trying to stay up. Actually did get the piercing shot in the middle of that one. But it's going to be 3 dead all to Cosby. Look at them. The banners. They're just proclaiming that Cosby. Those heroes down. Cosby low. Oh, the march comes through. Cosby, I don't know what you're doing there. There's the thunk. He's going to rush away with the Phantom Rush. And, oh man, think twice. They lost to Arctic Wolves earlier today. Do they deny Arctic Wolves the spot in the semifinals once again? They're taking down the core. Survivor needs to come in and get big. Cosby, all right, beautiful subjugate on the 2. There's the blinking from Survivor. Cameron, though, he's managing to take down 1. Can he take down 2? Cosby gets shanked. These heroes are a little bit low. Phantom Rush forward, looking for a little bit more. Subjugate hits on the Clearcast. Colossal blow, cleans up Clearcast. Looks like he was mopping the floors with him. And now Cameron, he's the one who has to try to get back. Cosby still working on a little bit of mana here. And Cameron cannot turn and fight. Subjugate hits. The Siphon is there. Cameron does the Cosby, and Arctic Wolves get saved by this Cosby going absolute ham here.
Cosby with the BDP out of nowhere.
Popped up in case the does break out. They're going straight back to Prime as they do have a 5v3 power play advantage. And that Prime is just ripping right through them. However, Quan does have that Blood-Soaked armor and that Lifesteal passive. Oh my god! Shadon getting blown up, and so does Be Certified. They're trying to engage, but they have no help from Prime. NATO blinking in, cleaning up the kill. They had complete advantage over that and lost it. What happened? Your target, man. Knock him up. There's the slow. There's the left crunch. And the big one goes in for the sweet. He dashes in, dodges something, and gets the kill. And that's my man, Cosby, on the robot.
27 card power right now. Yeah, we're looking at another engagement here. They're waiting. Are they baiting? What's happening here? They want something to happen.
They just
look at
out
that.
once again. He tries to frontline for the team, but the glacial charge will create a wall. There's the ultimate Cosby getting stuck in the big Aurora ultimate reflect. Now 1v whatever on the team. He will go down as a result of that. There's the crush bang boom. Solo Nazgul picks up a kill onto Vanilla QT. Cosby trying to charge the enemy team. Natosick is gonna go down as Cosby avenges his support. He has a triple kill. And now it's Cosby 1v3 the enemy team. Not going to be enough. Another team wipe in favor of Reborn.
toxic and unstable, but I far from able to resist your touch, even when it hurts this much. You have my all. You are my downfall. Crush me and keep me for eternity. Break me in your hands, love, for I will always be. Crush me into pieces, all of these pieces. Crush me and keep me for eternity. Tired and I'm wanting to embrace this haunting feeling deep within, the ache of you beneath my skin. You have my all. You are my downfall. Crush me and keep me for eternity. Break me in your hands, love, for I will always be. Crush me into pieces, all of these pieces. Crush me and keep me for eternity. Break me in your hands, love, for I will always be. Crush me into pieces, all of these pieces. Crush me and keep me for eternity. Break me in your hands, love, for I will always be. Crush me into pieces, all of these pieces. Crush me and keep me for eternity. Break me in your hands, love, for I will always be. Crush me into pieces, all of these pieces. Crush me and keep me for eternity. Break me in your hands, love, for I will always be. Crush me into pieces, all of these pieces. Crush me and keep me for eternity. Break me in your hands, love, for I will always be. Crush me into pieces, all of these pieces. Crush me and keep me for eternity. Break me in your hands, love, for I will always be. Crush me into pieces, all of these pieces. Crush me and keep me for eternity. Break me in your hands, love, for I will always be. Crush me into pieces, all of these pieces. Crush me and keep and keep me for eternity. I don't wanna give you up. Maybe in time you'll love me just as much. I got a way of making mistakes, and you got a smile every time my heart breaks. Crush me and keep me for eternity. Break me in your hands, love, for I will always be. Crush me into pieces, all of these pieces. Crush me
you know we are the robots. T1000 China number 5. We are the robots.
This phase is a long time coming. I thought you'd understand. I'm so far ahead of the lines. You've been joining in the sand. 'Cause it's simple. You were wrong. You must have known that we didn't belong. I know you thought I sold my soul, but you never told me to my face. I just had to leave you cold to blow this shit away.
Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the EU qualifier. Pacing the game still here with my boy Nate Holmes, and we're going to have Ascension versus the Lollipop Lemon Squad or something like that coming up for you next year. LLS had a very difficult time against Ignite last time around. Ascension beat Ignite. I would think that the natural result of this match is that Ascension wins. So Nate, have they won already? That is the real question.
No, I don't think it's that straightforward. I think LLS got beat out in the draft stage. They picked quite a unorthodox draft. I'm hoping this time they go with a more traditional draft, and we get to see that right now.
Oh, indeed we do. Nice timing there. Nice prediction that they were going to go live with the draft here. And I think the best story that we've been seeing in this qualifier are the bans. So we have a Howitzer ban from Ascension and a Narbash ban from LLS. Why is Narbash so much more of a threat now over the Decker?
This is something I took a while to get around to because obviously you know my hatred for the Narbash. But after speaking to some players, especially people like Narenda, he is really powerful in early game. His damage actually does make a difference, and then the crash bang boom, as we've seen in some matches for the PCL, where I think it was Lucer was absolutely bringing the pain with the crash bang booms onto 4 or 5 people. Sort of similar to the Decker cage, but obviously it had the added damage on top of it. Still a weird ban in this situation. I would have thought that the Revenant would be a higher ban in the higher ban priority, but obviously not for them.
One thing that I am happy about with LLS, we get these awesome team names or player names back. So we'll go over those as we get into the game. But yeah, just going through these lineups. Revenant, as you said, picked up here for Ascension, and also the double stun for themselves as well, which they managed to run in game number 1 today.
Technically, I mean they got the triple CC because they got the Rampage, the Decker,
Right.
and the root from
or quadruple CC with the cryo.
Yeah, so they can really do some work, and I think they're just going to look to do what they did in the first game that we saw from them, where they're just trying to land the Decker stun, land the Rampage, and then just let the Revenant basically go to work. And if they get lucky, Cryocism on top of a black hole, that could be really messy.
Oh, one interesting thing about this one, after LLS's last performance, they've been dropped from Toronto Esports. So unfortunately, it looks like their last performance, maybe that was sort of a tryout. They're like, all right, we're going to have these 2 teams. Whichever team wins is on Toronto Esports.
Yeah, they've gone back to LLS. They felt they found they were much more at home with LLS, so they've gone back to.
Yeah, it's kind of like Cars, if you think about it. When Lightning McQueen doesn't win the race, but he pushes the blue car across the line, and then Dynaco are like, yeah, we'll hire you. He's like, nah, I like Rusty. So that's kind of like what LLS did here.
It's just interesting that they're still going to see the Sarath as their main EDC. It's not something we really see all that often, like a non-traditional ADC. Maybe some Yin, but not a lot of Sarath. Yeah, Sarath usually used in the off lane rather than as a traditional ADC. But they feel they can do some work with that and Mural in the duo lane.
Yep, that is a suspiciously different picture too. I'm not sure what's so special about Sarath.
Yeah, they haven't used the character art from the game. I think that's that was a front screen a while back when Sarath. Yeah, so why does Morrigus not get the same? I suppose the picture for her was quite big, so it was a bit different. But
she was like purportedly the first melee carry, but actually that was Greystone. So
you'll never take that away from Greystone.
Yeah.
The people know. The people know.
Indeed, they do. I'm about ready to get into this game. Do you think we could maybe get that awesome? I'll actually unmute the audio so you can get that awesome, starting sounds for the teams. Because I'm pretty ready for this one. I think we've pretty much gone through this draft. LS again with an interesting one, but I guess that's what we've come to expect from them.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to want to play to a certain play style. Obviously, we're going to have, I say obviously, probably going to have the Bellica mid lane. I would imagine that's probably the safer pick because a Morogesh in mid lane can be, if you can find it difficult for the Morogesh in mid lane, especially if you're not at a certain skill level. Their escapes are not the easiest.
Right.
But you can put down the burst. So if they think that she can challenge the Gideon better than the Bellica, they might put her in the mid lane anyway.
Yeah, it's like your best escape as a Morogesh is just put out as much damage as possible and hope you can get a kill in return. And generally, that's how it goes. Morogesh to me seems like a very, much more into going 1-for-1. So like if you kill the Morogesh, he's gonna probably take down somebody anyway, and her goal is just to take down an important hero in a fight. So if she can get into the Revenant, maybe that'll work here. Although if Revenant can get into the Reckoning, we will see what he does against that. And also Stasis Gem, very popular on heroes. So that is also another reason why Morogesh is not as good of a hero anymore. But here we go, that intro.
Ascension. What's this? Lemon Lollipop Squad!
So good.
Yeah,
So-
amazing. I'll never get over that. Maybe I will eventually. In any case, we are getting started with our third matchup of the day. LLS on the orange side. Blue side will be occupied by Ignite and Nate. We saw...
Team Ascension, sorry.
We got Ascension here, not Ignite any longer. I don't know. I'm still mourning Piff.
So we'll introduce the team. So for Team Ascension, we're going to see Sung on the Gideon, Artcore on the Decker, Nonox 3 on the Rampage, Insa on the Revenant, and Walu on the Aurora.
Yes, indeed we do. And this time I have the absolute honor and privilege of being able to introduce the Lollipop Squad's teams. So we've got King Kirby 952 playing the Seraph, Zixer Zixani, one of the best names in the game, playing the Muriel. We've got Kiba Nokuma, he's been playing a Chimera, Muckabout 1 on the Morogesh in the offlane. And then finally Iceman 316 playing the Bellica mid.
Yeah, so we are going to see that Bellica mid and the Morogesh in the offlane.
Indeed,
Because both these heroes, I mean, they're able to poke at the minions, and the advantage the casters have in this offlane over, say, a melee hero is just able to poke at those minions and probably secure more last hits without putting himself in too much danger. But when you've got a Revenant and a Deckerstone waiting for you in the enemy duo lane, it's always a problem no matter what hero you're on.
So I want to point out this interesting start from the Chimera. He decides to go into the weak side jungle first. So he's going to rotate into the strong side about 2 minutes 15 and start hitting the jungle camps there. Do you know if there's any kind of reasoning behind this start?
I mean, usually with an Aurora, you don't go to pick the camps up, obviously with them having their buff. Oh, we missed a kill over there.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It clearly didn't matter, right?
But you can use the barrier to actually block the minions and have them freeze. The enemy can't. The enemy duo lane find it difficult to freeze it. Higher up, they have to freeze it right in front of the tower. So you can start leeching that XP and that CXP. But as for the Chimera benefiting greatly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's going to be out for this river buff in time. He seems intent on doing his camps.
Yeah, he doesn't really seem to be putting a whole lot of emphasis on the river camp at all. Meanwhile, Rampage on the mid lane going right after Iceman 316. The Seismic Assault does go through, but Nanox gets the first blood once again. This is the first blood master here, and nobody's even checked to see if that red buff is still there. Seraph is going to walk over. That's very interesting that your Seraph rotates off the lane and doesn't even go for it. I believe that's still up, right? My eyes aren't deceiving me.
No, yeah, it's still up. I mean, he just wants to hit minions at the minute. He just wants to smash little minions in the head. He hasn't got time for no rebuff.
Rotation by the Rampage, and the Morgash gets a little bit unlucky. Jumping onto one of the minions, getting stuck up there, setting up an easy stun for the Rampage. The Seismic Assault misses from Bellica. And it seems like Ascension are having things handed to them here.
Yeah, it was a little unfortunate there from the Morgash, just getting knocked into the minion's head and doing a little dance up there. Iceman coming in. It'd be nice if it hit the stun, but I don't think it had done much. The tower aggro wouldn't have transferred. So just doing what you can to hold the tower right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was so that kill by the Rampage wasn't the first blood. I actually was making a mistake there, but it was the first blood shown on screen. So clearly, the first one did not actually matter. So the first blood that matters here in this game here. We still have Chimera going for the buff at 4 minutes 30 seconds. Clearly not the time that it spawns, but can't really blame him for trying. He is trying to make a little bit happen out of the green buff. And if you're a jungler out there, that is why you try to go into the strong side jungle, because that's where your green buff is. And you can work out the timing at 3 minutes. Aurora forced to get away from King Kirby 952 here. He's actually going to try to play up against Zixani as well. Chimera with rotation onto left. Let's see if the camera manages to make it over to left as well, but it doesn't really end up mattering anyways. We stay here on the right lane.
It's committed to this lane, mate. It's committed to this lane.
Yeah. It's very important to have commitment as an observer. So I definitely respect that. But rotation to the mid lane. Rampage in with Rocky should be able to hit this, as we just see the camera view move around. I believe that was Hero Chase, so it's not like he really had a choice on that one, but they do manage to get another kill at mid. Right onto the Bellica, really making it difficult for her to get up to her Neural Disruptor and all of the levels that she so desperately needs. It's really important to get up to level 8 as the caster, since that is when you can get full levels into your nuke.
Yeah, for cast, it's always more important to get those levels in the CXP. Obviously, the CXP does matter, but the levels are where the damage usually comes from for those casters.
Inns are currently chasing down Keeping Nakuma. One shot will do it. One shot does. And he finds another kill out onto Chimera.
Yeah, the duo lane from Team Ascension just having a bit of a easier time. Although the Aurora is putting up she's one of those. She's so slippery, and so she's almost built to defend that off lane tower just with her kit and just to avoid damage and not feed the enemy duo lane as well.
Looking at our early cards, I guess the most interesting one is the first card, Meltdown, on Chimera, as Decker finds one kill with the stun. Bellica trying to get in there, but the Decker's going to outplay, outlast, and outkill the Bellica there. Keeping Nakuma wants to try to get in on Insert here, as Decker goes back to the base. Looks like the Revenant doesn't matter at all, because Decker is safe.
Yeah, very well played there for Marcourt. Just trying that very fine line between nearly dying and just helping your carry out.
Oh, is that a micro nuke? I don't know. My eyes are not as good anymore. I think I might be blind, Nate. Nate, can you do an eye check on me?
It's still good. They're still both there.
You sure? I mean, you can't see my face right now, but you want to do an eye check?
Dear God.
Rotation over to the right lane for Ascension. Finally getting the team name right here. You're going to be pushing it on the tier 1 tower. Seraph will have to be difficult, and I can tell you that one thing that the Seraph does not like is having her farm taken away from her here, making it difficult to move up to the creep wave. Here comes Rampage. He's angry. He's going right for Angel Blood. She's going to get the Ascension wave, but the easy rock from Nanox finishes off the kill and should secure themselves a tier 1 tower.
Yeah, good rotation there from Team Ascension, just securing the kill, securing the tower. That's what they came here to do, and that's what they're going to do.
Cryo onto Muriel, and the stun falls on top of it. The Frost there, the Horror Frost, got it, as Insert gets another kill on the other side of the map. And poor Zixter Zixani, he's going to get pushed in by the Glacial Charge, blocked by the wall, and eventually killed off there on the right lane as well. So it's just a lot of engagements not really going LLS's way at all.
Yeah, it was a good engagement. I'm really impressed by Welly's play there. I thought the Cyrusism was just off, but it managed to hit her, and then the rock into the Hoarfrost and the Glacial Charge just enough to put that barrier up to give them the time to get through the Muriel shields and finish the job.
Paragon getting taken quite low and actually killed off by Revenant's Reckoning over at the tier 2, and LLS slow to respond. Eventually they do. Unfortunately for them, it doesn't really look like Ascension are in a position to do anything else on the map, but Decker, she was engaged on a little bit, but manages to evade all attempts by LLS to get her down, and is actually farming up here, farming Decker here on the lane, confident as all get out.
Supports need TXP too.
Indeed they do. Seismic Assault, the Void Bomb. There's going to be a containment fence keeping them in. Artcore is going to get away because of this one. Throws in a stun. Revenant is lurking. Revenant's going right for Macabout at 1. Or Macabout 1. Who will get chased down by Rampage. Rock hits. Of course it does. Iceman through in 6. He's going to try to get in the fight. And look at this. Muriel's trying to help out as much as possible. Rampage is just so strong right now. He's going to go underneath the tower. Eventually, that Obliterate does exactly that. Tabelica taking her down. And here comes Chimera on the backside. But does he have the damage to take down anybody from Ascension? He's going to go in. Has the green buff. Goes right for Insert. That should probably be a kill. As a green buff pops right on top of Insert's face. That's not really a good thing to wake you up in the morning. And keeping the Kuma, he is out for blood right now. Actually out for gold buff blood. Which I guess he does get.
Yeah, we questioned his rotations early game, but that one was quite important. I thought he was going to struggle, but a lot of Team Ascension. He goes straight onto the deck on the tower. This man does not care, and he's going to pay with his life.
Why was he there?
Yeah, I think he just wanted to catch the Decker back in. Unfortunately, Rampage had other ideas about that.
He thought he had something, as do LLS here. Cryo on top of the black hole. They're being frozen and pulled into a lot of pain here, as Seraph is trying to get in with some damage going right for Gideon. Can she even take him down? Gideon with the portal over easily gets out of that one. And the Dark Rift proves to be the Seraph's undoing. Clearly not in charge of all of those evil energies. And that's going to be a 2-0 over at right.
Yeah, it was well played by Sung there. He knew that the Serath had aggro from the minions as well. They were doing a lot of work. She didn't actually have to put in the auto attacks, just kite around the minions, and then that little portal there just to keep him out of harm's way as well.
So, 11 minutes in, and LLS still in a lot of trouble. I can even barely even imagine that the Raptors are up right now. It doesn't really seem like Ascension need it too much at all to find the card points available on the map, because they can just keep on farming heroes, which the Rampage seems to be looking right now inside the weak side jungle. He should have the ult. He pops it off there. Should be a stun. He's gonna jump. I guess he already threw out that rock, and yep, the damage is definitely there onto the Belka, taken out by a Decker of all heroes. And here comes the slowing bubble as well. I don't even know if that's what it's actually called, but King Kirby 952 is going to be killed off here. So Reckoning from Inser proves to be her undoing, and once again Ascension should have easy access to the Raptors.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the. I mean, I think Decker's gone to. Who's in there with a Decker, Rampage, and the Revenant, I believe. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna have a free Rap to take here. LLS not really in a position to contest it right now.
Yeah, right now they're trying to contest with a Gideon on the mid lane while all this is going down. And it's an easy rotation into mid after Ascension have taken all those Raptors. And they're probably going to be fighting on the mid lane, even though I can't see any of it. Looks like Gideon's going to be doing some really good work. There goes Inser with the kill as Chimera. Okay, finally we do see that as Muriel is going to fall as well. Doing the best we can here, guys.
So we don't even have the mini map to go off anymore as the bug is back.
Yeah, true. Seraph back on the mid lane. Inser is very easily going to be doing some damage to her, nearly killing her off with the Obliterate. One more rock from Gideon can do it, but Seraph is going to get back to her tier 2 tower before she's in danger of that one. But one thing that is not going to be saved here is the tier 1 tower, taken again by Ascension. And I think they went for a 19-minute prime against Ignite, if I remember correctly. So
yeah.
They should be in a pretty good position for it here, and they clearly have a lot more kills than they did in the first game today as well.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to pick up this black on in, so I'm not sure they're going to rotate for Prime just yet, although they do have the opportunity to do it.
Honestly, they're just waiting here, and inside the jungle, the rock hits on Kiba Nakuma. Can he get out of here? The only thing he can do is jump in, and Rampage is fine with that. Muriel will come in with the RF. Rampage actually going to decide to back up here and walk his big hulking self away. His team doesn't seem to want to respond at all. Decker and Aurora seem to be occupied elsewhere on the map, possibly with a hero. Looks like there is a hero among all of those bodies on the other side of the map. Nanox still is getting gone on here. Is that hero actually going to go down? King Kirby trying to get out 952. Looks like he will be able to get underneath the tier 2 tower and get away, as the action is still going in here on the left lane. Still trying to do the best he can. Black hole on the 3. They're trying to go for Kung. Chimera going for the Air Jordans, but he's not going to be able to stun out getting out of the black hole. He's going to fall, and now much about one. He seems to be... Nope, he's not actually bugged. They now start doing damage to him. And there it is from Nanox getting the kill. Insert into this fight as well. They should be able to get all of these heroes down. Yep, losing nothing, as seems that LLS are also losing a tier 2 tower in the right lane, or in the process of. Sarah's trying to do everything she can to try to defend it, but right now Decker and Aurora only limited by their limited health pools, and they still managed to get the kill, finishing off the full 5-man 2-map. And yes, the kill was over in the right lane. Well done.
Yeah, that all came about from Nanox. He basically managed to, I think it was first the Muriel ult came down, and then the Moragesh ult on a Rampage in his ultimate form, which is not going to do a lot. And then the Bellica ult in the river, so he managed to burn out a lot of abilities. So when the re-engage came, LLS had nothing left in reserve, basically, to try and put some damage in everyone.
Moragesh being kind of aggressive. She wants to go for the 1-for-1 trade, does not manage to get anybody.
Yeah, just trying to get that person, just trying to get down Incer and try and alleviate some pressure on this inhibitor.
He wants to get in this fight. Incer's being... He's able to use the rest of his team as a meat shield, but now he gets put in the front as he's still trying to auto-attack. He's going to get taken out by King Kirby 352. He's actually doing a lot of damage with the Chastise and the everything that she can do here. The Ascension. She's getting right in there, doing the dirty. And Tekri eventually goes over to try to save the team, but it's been a bit late. They don't get the inhib as far as I can tell, although I see no buildings on the map at all, not even cores, so apparently this game is over, according to the Paragon client. But I would still say, using my best educated guess here, that Ascension have a pretty big advantage.
Yeah, but as we saw there, the LLS can still, when those rotations come out, they picked up 2 kills there, so they still got fight in them.
Yep, they definitely do, and looks like the map has fight in it too. As it gets back here, a couple rust breakers on Incer. Interesting choices from him. Those are rust breakers, right?
Yeah, he's got a rust breaker, the Madstone, the Rift Spear, and the Sage's Ward. Oh, and a health pot, sorry.
That's a pretty... Oh, looks like we have an ROF to try to save somebody here. As we're looking at the map, very interesting things going on there. As Sung still trying to get out. Chimera chasing him down, will be able to get the leap out there, but the Revenant uses the ultimate, stopping Kiba Akuma on his Rampage for Sung, but unfortunately Rampage is actually on the other team here. 606 Handy trying to get away from here. The Obliterate will be following her. Arcor still going in. That's a Rampage hitting the rock from long range. Containment fence dropped down by Tekker, and now it's a battle. 1v1, or 1v2 actually, as Seraph is trying to go up against the Rampage. Rampage goes into the... Do they still call that growth form? I don't even know. Eventually, he does take her out with the boulder, and that's 3 dead on LLS once again.
Yeah, I've been impressed by Nanox's Rampage plays. He's using his ult very effective, like just those dives or just peeling for his team. He's been on point with all of his rocks as well. I don't think I've seen him miss a rock yet.
He has been definitely very good. Insert getting the fight against Moragesh. He really wants to go for 1-for-1, but here she goes 0-for-1. Not even killing off the Decker. Scoreboard once again. I love it. I love seeing this scoreboard. Something that I noticed in the last PCL that I hadn't really seen before. With the buffs to the Mad Spore Sash, we are seeing that build up a lot earlier. It looks like the junglers are mostly just going for their Siphon and then picking up the Mad Spore Sash right away.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good for them in the jungle. Obviously, they get the mass amount of damage on this. When you think of how much damage it puts out on the like a 5 camp, also it gives you the health regen to help you sustain and the armor to help you sustain. So it's a really good tool for those growth junglers.
Meanwhile, looks like we have a Bellica being chased. Eventually, they do find her with the camera and find her with a kill as well. As Rampage was like, "Where's my team?" It seems like they're getting a couple kills here. He's gonna find a green buff for himself. Revenant will be respawning in 12 seconds. I have to think that Ascension will go for an OP sometime soon.
Yeah, they've got the ability, but they feel like they can press down towers without the OP. That they've been winning the team fights, but I think they need to be careful. But when you're hitting rocks like that all day, every day,
All day, air day. Oh, whoop, oh, oh,
oh,
oh. Okay. This doesn't look good at all for both the stream and for Team LLS. Looks like Zixani actually did get a kill. We're back. We're back with the stream, guys. Don't worry. That was not my issue, by the way. This is all on Gameaholix's side.
yeah, Rampage maybe going a little bit too deep there. The burst enough to overcome his ultimate form at last. Iceman gets killed there by the Ice Hoarfrost. And followed by Zixani there. And Team Ascension are just cleaning up here. In's just allowed to just absolutely... Oh, he's popped into his ultimate. Chasing down the Chimera, I believe. He's going to dive under the inhibitor, taking no damage. Manages to pick up the kill.
Just a heads up, guys. These stream issues are not on my end at all. This is a quote-unquote clean feed given to us by Gax, and it seems to be having a couple of technical difficulties right now. So, I guess you'll have to bear with us for the end of this game. Again, apologies on that, but I can guarantee you that this is finally not a stream issue on my end. It is 100% theirs, because I actually have a media player that I'm window capturing for this one, and that is where the stream problems are coming from. So, there you go.
Yeah, a very clean, good clean up there from... A very good clean up there from Team Ascension, just securing those... Are you getting serious frame rate issues?
It's having frame issues, it's having feed issues because you see the pixelation. This is not good. What the heck? Yeah, it's finally not my fault, guys.
I'm still quite good on the Flash player.
You're good on the Flash player?
Yeah, but it has actually stopped the they've stopped the match and they're messing around with the timer. They don't have protection on the timestamp.
Protection.
Again.
We need protection. All right, got you. We have a spoiler shield, if not anything.
We're currently paused on a rampage in the jungle right now.
Yep, got that. I'm there. I'm sorry about this, guys. I really am. It's not my fault, but I wish we could give you guys something better.
As we see Chimera going ham on the rampage now. He's pretty low on mana, so I don't think he has enough for his ult. I think this is going to be the death of him in this jungle.
No, I'm not back. I'm not back. Are you actually not getting frame rate issues or anything?
No, I'm good.
Alright. Jesus, take the wheel. You can do it, Nate.
Yeah, we just see Team Ascension cleaning up. We see Insta going on to, I believe it's the Chimera, just trying to do his best to run away now, but unfortunately he has no peel. He's trying to do his best to give him the happy feet through the raptor pit, but I think he's done it. He's managed to get away. He's even outrun the Q from the Revenant, and he's got out. Oh, no. Now I'm getting dropped frame rates.
Getting dropped. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about this, guys.
I really can't do anything about it. Yep, we are aware of the video issue, guys. As we said, we are getting a clean feed straight from Germany, Deutschland. Here from the wonderful guys at Gax giving us this and giving us this wonderful game. So yeah, we're trying to work with it the best we can, but unfortunately they are not allowing us to do our own production in game because reasons. So we have to give you this, which is unfortunately not the same product that you are used to with the PCL, which is why we are not casting this on the PCL channel.
Yeah, and just I'm not sure what feed you're getting now, but we're just seeing that Team Ascension are just cleaning up now. They've got minions under the core, and that's the end of the game. Yeah, they managed to clean up, and Team Ascension take the win.
That's the end of the game?
Yep.
All right, I will go to
46 to 9.
I'm going to a break screen because I don't want to watch this anymore. So that was Ascension. I mean, clearly winning the game against LLS. Difficult for us to see at the end, but you know, yeah, this is Ascension still doing very well in the tournament so far. And
Yeah.
what else can we say about that, honestly?
I mean, I've been really impressed with Team Ascension's plays. The rotations have been on point. The team fighting's been on point. The drafting's been on point. They've drafted to um, that pick potential team where they've got that double or and they've used it to great effect. The Rampage, No Knocks on the Rampage has done real work. I don't think he's missed any rocks. I think the deck has missed very few stuns. So I've been really impressed by that play.
Can actually show you the ending screen here if anything. Insert going off at 8-4, 18-4 in terms of kills and deaths. So clearly he didn't need to get as many last hits as the Aurora, getting up to 45 card points anyway with his 18 kills. So clearly a good performance by Ascension.
I mean, you don't need to farm last hits if you're farming last hits on heroes, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess not. So I guess it's time for us to go to a break. We'll see if we can get them to fix this clean feed at all. Hey, we're here on screen. I'm Victo. He's Victo. I'm Ben. And even they can't get that to work right. We'll be right back, guys.